Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the First Unitarian Society of Milwaukee. I'm Reverend Jennifer Nordstrom, honored to serve you as your senior minister. Our opening words this morning are the poem, I Praise, by the mystic poet Rainer Maria Rilke. Oh, say, poet, what is it that you do? I praise. But what of the deadly and monstrous? How do you endure all of this? How do you take it in? I praise. But the nameless, the anonymous, how, despite it all, do you keep calling to them, poet? I praise. Where does it come from, your claim to be true in every guise and in each mask? I praise. And that the stillness and turbulence know you like a star and a storm, because I praise. Will you please rise and body your spirit for our opening hymn, number 18, What Wondrous Love Is This? There are many reasons people come to join a new church community. Some are new to the faith, some are new to this church, and some are new to church, period. For 183 years now, people have arrived here at First Church seeking a place to belong where they could find deeper meaning together than they could find alone. Today we welcome 10 new members who just completed our Journey to Membership class, signed our congregation's membership book, and are now joining the generations of seekers in this First Church community. Will the new members please come forward now and stand here in an arc in front of the chancel. Please bring your orders of service, and if you have children, they are welcome to come with you. Come on up. Escucha. Scoochie Scooch.
I have a script here, but I'm not going to use it.
Oh.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is David Hoover, and I'm a member of the Welcoming and Belonging team here at church. And we are so excited and flattered that you have decided to join us officially, to join this community. And we look forward to your participation. We hope you'll join us for the social hour. I know some of you always do, in the Leanhouse Common Room after the service for a little coffee and treats and to meet more of your fellow congregants. And to all of you, I hope you'll join us as well and to extend your personal welcome to these 10 folks. You'll recognize them, of course, by the really cool boutonnieres that they're wearing, or most everybody. Do you have yours?
They're going to get theirs.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you'll recognize them by the smiles on their faces anyway. Now, this part I do have to use my script. Our Welcoming and Belonging team would like to share our hope and wishes for you with this blessing. May you find a spiritual home in this church with new friends who are open to your energy, your beliefs, and your doubts. May you find support on your life path through the good times and bad, and a community where questioning is encouraged. May you find beauty, refuge, trust, and challenge here, a touchstone to help you hold, and a strong pull towards generosity and action. Now I'm going to ask each of you to introduce yourself to the congregation. I'm going to pass this microphone down, hold it like this, like an ice cream cone. You don't need to swallow it. And just state your name if nobody's brought their kids or a guest up. Oh, excellent. Well, please introduce whoever's here. And this will go all the way down the line until it gets to Reverend Chris.
Hi, I'm Colleen. This is my mom. Sue.
Hi, I'm Drew. This is my mom, Sue.
I'm Sue.
I'm Dale Durant.
Hi, I'm Jean Casey.
Hi, I'm Alex Rash.
Hi, I'm Sarah Westberg.
I'm Thomas Moran.
And I'm Reverend Chris Long. Ha 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 ha.
Yay!
The acting assistant minister here. New members, will you enter into covenant with First Unitarian Society of Milwaukee by reciting together or looking on with your neighbor on the words, our new member covenant? The new member covenant. Recite them aloud. We, keep going, read those words. We enter this loud.
Congregation, will you rise in body or spirit and respond with a covenantal welcome by repeating after me? You got this. We welcome you as we were once welcomed ourselves.
We welcome you as we were once welcomed ourselves.
We bid you welcome.
We bid you welcome.
Who come with weary spirits seeking rest.
Who come with weary spirits seeking rest.
We bid you welcome.
We bid you welcome.
Who come with hope in your heart.
Who come with hope in your heart.
We bid you welcome.
We bid you welcome.
Who are seekers of a new faith.
Who are seekers of a new faith.
We bid you welcome.
We bid you welcome.
You who enter this hall as a homecoming.
You who enter this hall as a homecoming.
Who find in this people a family.
Who find in this people a family.
in honor of the faith, hope, and love that bring us together. We welcome you to this community with all our hearts.
Let's give them a rousing round of applause. You may take your seats. You may take your seats. Thank you very much.
Dear ones, we're going to enter a time of contemplation now, which will be followed by silence, followed by the seated singing of Spirit of Life, hymn 123. So, as you're finding your seats or are already there, also find your breath and your body. Find your center. Maybe you can feel your toes wiggling in your shoes. And maybe you can feel your spine, the vertebrae stacking one on top of the other. Maybe you can feel the very tip top of your head reaching up into all that is. Let's come into being here, now. Spirit of life and love, Holy One of our being and our becoming, that which is sacred within, among, and beyond us. May we find our breath today, letting it expand our hearts, that they might grow and grow large enough to hold all we experience. May we deepen our spiritual practice of gratitude without bypassing pain, breathing in to experience all life brings. May we have the wisdom and grounding to hold one another, too, in all the fury and beauty of this life. And may we learn to rest in the larger love that holds all that is. May it be so.
morning, everyone. Welcome to the First Unitarian Society of Milwaukee. My name is Nick DeVia. I use he, him pronouns. I am blessed to serve as your worship associate. We are a faith community of many identities. We welcome people of all genders, sexualities, ages, races, ethnicities, histories, abilities, and bodies. Welcome your mind, your heart, and your spirit. We welcome all you are carrying with you today and all your heart longs to set down. We welcome all the people watching online as we live stream this service. Hello, online folks. We enthusiastically welcome guests joining us today. If you're a guest visiting in person and want to connect with us, please fill out a welcome card located in the pew racks in front of you, and drop it in the offering plate that will come around in a few minutes. If you're viewing online and want to connect, a link to connect with us will soon appear in the chat, and you can follow and fill out. Someone from church will reach out and connect with you. After the service, we invite you to join us for a coffee hour across the hall in the Lean House Common Room. Some accessibility notes: hearing assist devices and large print hymnals and orders of service are found in the back of the sanctuary, along with worship activity bags for children and anyone who would like them. There's a fragrance-free area in the front right pews. If you're watching online, you can enable YouTube's closed captioning in your viewing device. I've been asked to read a few announcements. Our annual silent auction, Feast for Funds, is live. Many items are on display in the next 2 Sundays during social hour. The last day to bid is November 16th. Please look at the social justice table at coffee hour for a flyer with information on how you can donate to our food drive and help counteract this crisis. During these challenging times, we strive to help one another. If you're in need or know anyone in need during this government shutdown, please contact one of our ministers or call the Emergency Pastoral Care Line. We are stronger and more resilient together. Interested in First Church? Join us today, November 9th, between 12:30 and 1:30 in Max Auto Hall for an introduction to membership. This is the first step to journey to membership. We will explore your spirituality and journey on how it intersects with community. If you're interested in learning more about becoming a pen pal to an incarcerated UU, join the discussion after this service in the parlor. I invite you to share in First Church's purpose by joining me in the unison affirmation printed in your order of service. We gather, nurture the spirit, engage the mind, and inspire action. Each week, we practice our values through sharing our resources. Our pledges are at the core of our spiritual practice of generosity. In addition, church shares half of all non-pledge cash in our offering plate with a community organization. This month it is the Beginning MKE. Their mission to be a collaborative hub for smaller community organizations to transform service delivery for youth and families. I invite all children, youth, and faith formation volunteers to join Reverend Kimberly in the Lean House Common Room and then downstairs for faith formation. If your child needs check-in, please join them. May the practice of giving bring us joy. While we sing hymn number 69, Give Thanks. My grandfather, Solomon Floyd Schwab, passed away September 21st, 2011. The first few weeks after his passing, it became less like a dream and more real. The idea that somehow a phone call that would not happen, or hearing his stories at the next family gathering. Grief, as I experienced, was not linear. All of these, as things came up as they do each year, things like the holiday conversations with family would hit hard again. Not in the same grief like it did around the funeral, but it would reopen wounds. And the cycle would play out again, and I would get back into my non-grieving state, mostly by ignoring it and moving on to the next task or assignment ahead. One day I found myself at a workshop, vision boards, setting goals, creating uplifting playlists. But the biggest and most meaningful part of this was a 30-day gratitude journal challenge. It started as simply as appreciating the morning cup of coffee, the sunrise or sunset beginning or ending a day. Eventually, I got into a groove with gratitude for deeper and became more deeper. A pleasant conversation with a barista at a coffee shop, the kindness of a stranger holding a door or an elevator for a moment so I could get through the door or onto the elevator quicker. I'd even gotten to the point where I started seeing silver linings in otherwise unpleasant moments. Not liking that I had an extra car repair that I wasn't planning for, but seeing it as a future gift to myself for a later time when I didn't need to repair that thing in the future. Eventually, a milestone came, a holiday without him there, and this time, the feelings of sorrow were replaced with memories of all of the ways in which his actions and the ways he lived his life and making people around him feel seen and cared for. He was an amazing listener. He was a patient man. He had been a teacher, a coach, and eventually an athletic director. And in this gratitude practice, I was able to remember his former students and the athletes. So many of them came to his funeral or sent cards and messages to our family, telling us how grateful they were for their teacher and coach and how he made them feel cared for and helped them grow into the men and women they would become. In retirement, my grandfather, in retirement and in support of my grandmother and other people he knew dealing with alcoholism, he became very involved with Al-Anon and supporting others through addiction and those impacted by behavior. He showed me and my family it was okay to ask for help, that it was okay, that it was not a sign of weakness to seek support or therapy or other forms of self-care, especially in a time when I did not know many people, especially men, who had gone into counseling. It made it easier later when I eventually needed counseling for myself through my own struggles that I was dealing with at the time. The practice led me to work at becoming a better listener and friend. The shoulder that others came to when they were struggling, as a way to take on some of the traits my grandfather lived every day. I help educate and mentor students in technical theater for roles in school plays, and some of those students go on to do that later, and for others, it's merely an activity that they performed while they were in school. And in my way, I can be a coach, advisor, or mentor for them in a way that I care about them, in a way I know my grandfather felt about his former athletes and students. For these and many other things that have come up over the years that remind me of my grandfather, I am so grateful and honored to be his grandson.
shining night of star-made shadows round, kindness must watch for me this side the ground. On this shining night, this shining night. Sure on this shining night, sure on this shining night, sure on this shining night, this shining night. The late year lies down the north, all is healed, all is health. High summer holds the earth, hearts all whole. All is healed, all is health. High summer holds the earth, hearts all whole. Sure on this shining night, sure on this shining night, sure on this shining night, I weep for wonder, wandering far alone, of shadows on the stars. Sure on this shining night of star-made shadows round, kindness must watch for me this side the ground. On this shining night, this sure on this shining night.
An old friend of mine had this thing she would do where she would say one sentence about something that hurt, and then she would shrug her shoulders and say, "It's all good." She had a little hand wave, too, that went with the shoulder shrug, a motion to, move the hurt along. It took me some time to figure out that this was her spiritual bypass technique. She really wanted to be okay, and this combination of saying the thing that hurt was part of the good, it's all good, and then waving it away was how she kept herself moving, right on past the hurt. But that movement, it was a bypass around the hard thing. It didn't move through it. It pretended an acceptance that was not real. Now, I have my own version of this. Maybe you do too. It's a technique that uses spiritual concepts, be it surrender or even gratitude, to bypass the pain or discomfort without dealing with it. Now, there are more nefarious versions of spiritual bypassing. When it's combined with privilege, the love and light type of spiritual bypassing can be used as a shield to protect people from having to grapple with the pain of systemic oppression or the discomfort of their own privilege in the system. That kind of spiritual bypassing combines the nastiness of dismissal with the veneer of false spirituality, both excusing the privileged person's selfishness and coding the oppressed person's suffering as the problem. There was a surge in this kind of spiritual bypassing in white-centric spiritual spaces during the Black Lives Matter movement, and it was nasty. Outside of that particular nasty dynamic of avoiding accountability, however, we are all capable of spiritual bypassing, of trying to reroute around pain using platitudes. In November, our community is practicing nurturing gratitude. It's our shared spiritual practice for the month. Gratitude trains our brains to head down a path of attending to appreciation and joy and love. When we nurture gratitude, we train our attention on beauty and we remember what is actually good in our lives. What does it mean to engage seriously in this practice without using it as a spiritual bypass, especially at this moment of increasing oppression and state violence? Right now, I'm rereading Marilyn Robinson's novel, Gilead, which follows 3 generations of preachers in Iowa starting in the Civil War, a grandfather, a father, and a son. In one scene in the early 1900s, the father has taken his 8-year-old son on a very ill-advised trip through dirt roads and backcountry from Iowa to Kansas on foot in order to find his own father's grave. The old man, the grandfather, and his son, the father, they had parted badly with anger and hurtful words, and the now middle-aged son needs to set his father's grave to rights as a practice of repair. His young 8-year-old son really wants to go with him, and despite it being quite a bad idea that the boy's mother tries to forbid, they set off on foot from Iowa with just their knapsacks and not enough money or food to last the entire journey. Now, when they've been traveling for a while and things have gotten pretty bad, they haven't eaten for a few days, the middle-aged preacher tries to glean a couple of carrots from a dusty old field. Even though he tells his boy that he is gleaning, not stealing, the owner of the field sees it differently and takes a shot at him. Now, the father escapes unscathed. He managed to make it over a rickety old fence that had been guarding the field and makes it with one dusty old carrot for his trouble. He and his son keep running until they feel safe, that the field owner isn't following them, and then they stop to sit together and eat this carrot. The father carefully cleans it and cuts up the tough old carrot and then sets the slices of a single carrot on his dusty old travel hat between him and his young son. He risked his life and he broke with his own integrity for that single carrot, and it sat between them as their meager meal for the day. As they stared, humbled and tired, at the dusty old carrot, the father said grace, as he always did before every meal. He gave thanks and said, "For all we are about to receive." And then both father and son burst out laughing and kept laughing until tears were streaming down their faces. And then they ate the tired, dirty, tough single carrot. And there, in that meager meal, in the shaky moments after danger had dissipated, in that place of love and loss and fear, they found deep gratitude. There was the grace of being alive, the grace of surviving and of having something to eat, even an old, dirty, tough single carrot cut up into pieces on a travel hat. Was the grace in the feast of the carrot, or was it in the laughter, or was it in the surviving, or was it living at all? The grace of living in the face of all the loss. The difference between spiritual practice and spiritual bypass is that spiritual practice does not leave the pain. It coexists with it. A deep practice of gratitude expands the spirit enough for the pain and the gratitude to coexist, because the spirit becomes large enough to hold them both. It's not easy to expand the spirit this way, to expand one's consciousness wide enough to hold all the experiences and parts of self simultaneously. When any one of those gets loud, especially pain, it becomes difficult to hear anything else. Honestly, gratitude might not work in the exact moment that pain is shouting, but a regular gratitude practice, it strengthens our appreciation part so that it is nearby, at least, and strong. And with a little breath and space, maybe time, it becomes possible to expand out from the pain and be a larger observer that can feel both of these parts at the same time. Maybe laughing until you cry, maybe crying until you laugh. The wider you learn to expand your consciousness, the more you can feel at once. The larger your spirit grows, the more it encompasses. After the Eaton fire at the beginning of this year in the Los Angeles neighborhood of Altadena, I watched a video of a woman and her daughter standing in front of the ruins of their home. Altadena is a historically black neighborhood in LA. It's one of the few neighborhoods in Los Angeles County that did not have racist redlining policies, and therefore it became a thriving black middle-class community. The Eaton fire, it decimated Altadena, and more than half of the black households there lost their homes. In the video, the daughter is filming her mom standing in front of their home, and she asks her mom how she's doing. Her mom starts crying, and in the middle of the tears that she's expressing of her loss, she says, "God is good all the time." And her daughter, in a broken voice, answers, "Yes, all the time, God is good." And then her mom keeps going, and she names through her tears all her gratitude for the good things in her life. She names her beautiful family, her children, and her grandchildren, and she thanks God that none of them was hurt. She expresses deep gratitude for her family's love and for their strength, and she says she knows they can weather this together. With love, together, they will rebuild their home. She is weeping while she says this, and her daughter behind the camera is weeping too while she's also saying, "Yes, yes, I know that's right." This family was not avoiding the pain. They weren't bypassing it. Mother and daughter weren't saying it's all good and waving it away to some unbidden part of their bodies to come screaming out later. They were weeping with sorrow while also saying grace. They were filming in front of their loss and saying, "God is good all the time. I'm so grateful for my family, for our love." They were going deep into spiritual practice and witnessing that the thing that matters most to them, their family, is thriving, is well, and they returned to their faith that in love they are powerful enough to withstand the loss and to turn it back into power. As Unitarian Universalists, we make sense of the word God in a variety of different ways. Your definition of that word, it might be love, or it might be change, or it might be power, or it might be hope, or the universe, or the human community, or all that is. Your spiritual journey is going to shape the meaning of that word through the lens of your experiences and the fire of your consciousness. In church, we make meaning together through sharing our experiences with one another, and the fire of our consciousness entangles in the web of our relationships of love and respect. What you know about God is a piece of the truth. And together we make the whole mosaic of truth, light refracting everywhere. Our closing hymn today is a prayer from Reverend Dr. Rebecca Ann Parker, a prayer for something larger than us to hold us in all that life is. Dr. Parker taught this prayer to all the Unitarian Universalist seminarians through Star King School for the Ministry, this prayer that says, "There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all." This love, it's large enough to hold the pain. It's an expansion of consciousness and spirit that does not take away the pain, does not change the loss, but does hold us in it. In her 2024 book of poetry, Rosemary Watola Trommer, the book's name is The Unfolding. Rosemary Watola Trommer wrote the book in the years after her adult son's death. The preface of that book was our opening words this morning. In the aftermath of her adult son's death, her experience was that her loss was beyond words. It was beyond what the English language is capable of holding. Even as a poet, she couldn't find the words to express simultaneously her sorrow and the way that incredible grief cracked her heart open to the beauty in the world. Trommer writes in the introduction to the book, quote, "I blended ancient prefixes and roots to create the kind of lexicon I longed for. Consider the word omenohim, derived from the Latin omen, meaning foreboding, and the late Latin hymnus, meaning song of praise. I fancy it refers to the kind of praise that rises out of a moment simultaneously charged with radiance and with darkness, with fear and with blessing." She writes that the entire collection of The Unfolding came from such a moment, and then she shares this opening poem. Grace. What a loss it would be to not have been born, so I would have missed a Thursday night such as this, in which my son and I walk the dark streets in Georgia and watch the lightning transform the sky into pink flares and smell some sweet, unnameable flower and talk about Dodge Chargers and knees and roaches. I swear it has all been worth it. Every single second of 51 years for this hour in which there are no bells, no shoulds, no other tugs except to take the next step down the center line while in the distance raps another clap of thunder. Omenohim, foreboding and praise simultaneously. Omenohim, we are here now in this month of gratitude, of both Thanksgiving feasts and also hunger, when the Trump administration is illegally holding food hostage for political power. This is a month of generosity when our people have showed up for our neighbors. Interchange Food Pantry reports that in the first week of their food drive, First Church donated 395 pounds of food. And yeah. And the pantry collected $27,000 worth of donations. In the first week of October, they collected $2,000 worth of donations. Omenohim. At the same time, the pantry's guest numbers have more than doubled, and they are receiving about 10% of what they need to feed people from their main food bank. Omenohim. SNAP has been funded in Wisconsin. Hallelujah. And the need is still so high and likely to stay there, given the administration's policies. Omenohim. In Altadena today, the middle-class, thriving Black community is gathering to protect their land and their neighborhood, to bring the historically Black neighborhood back into their homes. This is an Omenohim world, a world of praise song and foreboding, of beauty and loss, of joy and woe woven fine. We deepen our spiritual practice so that we do not bypass the grief of it, leaving our beloveds alone in the trouble. No, we build the spiritual muscle to stay in the hard work of holding one another in love and loss, and the work of changing the systems to create a better future. We stay in the hard work of letting love hold us too, of letting love heal us so that we all might surrender to the grace of living once again. May it be so. Dear ones, we deepen our spiritual practice so that we might have the strength to stay with all that is, the gratitude to be present to the pain and the joy of this world, knowing, trusting we are not alone, that we are held in a larger love that holds us. Will you please rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn, There Is a Love. We're going to sing it 4 times through, me, us, me, us.